everyone, we are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are starting right away in the VAB with this, well, quite insane vehicle that I spent the better part of last stream building. You know how you have like those things where you make kind of a design decision and then just keep adding to that design decision so that the original idea just gets magnified and gets made dumber and dumber and dumber. That's exactly what this is. So for those people that didn't catch last week's stream, what this is about is catching a Kerbal, namely a Kerbal by the name of Waffllebird, who is stuck in an orbit about the sun, but said orbit is inside of Moho's orbit. And I went and did the math and worked out that just from low Kerbal orbit to get Waffllebird and come back would cost me about 15.5 kilometers worth of delta V. And so I ended up building this thing, which total delta V here is 15,986 meters per second of delta V. And the original concept, and somebody in the YouTube comments pointed out that you didn't need to do this, and I know I didn't need to do this because the Waffllebird is in a Mark 1 command pod, one of these guys, a Mark 1 lander can, and so I could have simply put a claw on a heat shield and sent that back to Kerbal, and it would have brought the whole weight of this thing down, which would have been a good thing. But instead my payload is, well, whoops, let's get this. Oh, I got let's change the root part to here. There we go. And take this off. Now it's working, right? The payload is this thing. The idea was to kind of cozy up the Waffllebird, grab him with the claw, stow him safely inside of here, close this up, head back to Kerbal, deploy these inflatable heat shields, and then this will descend through Kerbal's atmosphere. But unfortunately, this thing is, what is it, about 7 tons of mass. So I need to take that 7 tons, take it all the way to the necessary orbit, grab Waffllebird, bring him back, and that's what ended up costing me so much. So what I'm going to start with, because this thing isn't quite ready for prime time, at the end of the episode I did use the the cheat menu, the console menu that you get by going Alt F12, and put this thing into orbit, and it flew, and it didn't break apart, which honestly shocked me because I'd done no strutting, no nothing. These radial tanks here were wobbling kind of all over the place, but it kind of amazingly worked. But I got some ideas to try and improve on this. It's still not ready to go. It needs reaction wheels, it needs solar panels, it needs batteries, it needs lights, for goodness sakes, it needs lights. And so all of that stuff is going to get added. But I also want to see if I can maybe design this, tweak the design a little bit, not give up on this part. I'm kind of committed to that now. And try and see if I can bring the size down, because I still have to get this thing into orbit somehow. And no matter how this shakes down, this is easily the biggest payload I've ever tried to get to orbit. Whether this is all going to work or not, I don't know, but it's going to be what it's going to be. In the meantime, I'll welcome everybody. I do like to take this opportunity as well to thank my Patreon patrons and YouTube members for their support of this channel. In particular, I want to welcome aboard my most recent Patreon patron, Cabot Icock. So thank you very much, Cabot, and thank you very much to everybody else who helps to support this channel, whether that be through subscribing through Patreon or through YouTube, or simply hitting the subscribe button and commenting and doing all of those wonderful things that help to feed the algorithm. So let's get right to this. Let's try and see if we can make this work. Now, one of the things is I have all of these here. Let's take this business off the bottom here for a second. I have all of these engines here all coming on at the same time, but these engines, this is the return vehicle that's meant to come back to Kerbal after we picked up Waffllebird. These 4 nerve engines actually don't do nothing for most of the trip, and so each of the nerves, I mean, that's a lot of mass. I don't know what one of these I know they're not light. Where are the nerves here? Here they are. They're 3 tons each. So there is 3 times 4, 12 tons of mass that's doing absolutely nothing for most of this trip. So it would make a lot more sense if I got these guys into the action right from the get-go. In other words, had them come on at the same time all of these fellas down here come on. And I think if I do that, I can probably lose at least 4 engines down here at the bottom. I can probably reduce the size of all of this thing and still get the same amount of delta V. Now, in order to do that, I need to bring them outwards, right? Because right now the exhaust plumes of this are going to blow right on top of this. They will be occluded. You won't get any thrust. These things probably will end up blowing up as well. I might get some drop tanks as well involved. Like once I start removing engines off the bottom, these things might turn into drop tanks. Hopefully they'll be a lot smaller too. So what I think I'll do to start this off is yeah, this guy's saved. Well, first of all, these struts have to be threaded differently, because just do this right now. If we take this off, I don't know what kind of, oh, they're on the radial symmetry. Okay, and take that one off, and I could use something like, here, let's tweak this away. What weighs less? Like that's 188-ish kilograms. This guy's, oh yeah, the I-beams are lighter, aren't they? Like I could use something like an I-beam. Do that. That would be, there. Something like that. That will get them out far enough. I could probably launch with that big ugly thing, but what I'm thinking, because I never use the robotic parts in this game, and maybe this is a good excuse not to, is to grab one of these these pistons, these hydraulic cylinders like this fella. And these are robotic parts. I'm always, so yeah, see, and they extend like that. So, you know, and then so you have them nice and close when you launch, and then you bring it in when sorry, so you have them nice and close, and then you extend them once you've reached orbit. I think I need the bigger ones. So why don't I try that? So this is on, put them there. And these, and I'm hoping these will provide enough structure. I actually have no idea whether they will. We will find that out very, very soon. So the idea is, let's keep this here. The idea here is, I'm gonna have to move them inwards. You can see that, local, so that they'll be start off kind of pushed in. So they're close to kind of where they were, you know, at the when we first started this. Probably having as little clipping as I can will probably be good. So they start like that, and then, you know, when you are ready, once you're in space and atmosphere is no longer an issue, they come out like that. I don't know. Why not? We'll give it a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I think it should work. And we need 2 more of them here. And this one. Like so. Oh, I can see it needs to be more radial. That's what I'm looking for. That. Again. Tweak these in. We'll attach these to one of those, I can't remember what they call them. They're not action groups, but there is an action group, like an action group for doing this. Like that. And then what I think you do, let's get into action groups right away, is you go, is it, boy, I can't do custom, I think. These axes groups, I've honestly forgotten how these, I have no idea how these work anymore. I might have to just right click rather than to figure this out. But now, I should be able to take these 4 engines and bring them all the way down to here. And that brings up the thrust to weight ratio up to 0.43. So that's a lot of thrust to weight down there at the... This thing has a lot, so I'm hoping I can start losing some of these engines. Now, what's the order of all of this? Let's take out probably this and that opposite one and this one. Put this on vacuum. Thrust to weight 0.22. Why is this so different? Oh, that's that one. Oh, this is making sense. 0.26, 0.2, yeah, 0.45 by the time I get to stage 4, which is... Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Just wondering if I can get rid of even more of them. I can get rid... I might have gotten rid of the wrong ones. That has a more even thrust to weight distribution all the way through. So that's the thing. And my TWR, oh, it's gotten worse. How did it get worse? I wouldn't. Oh, because, yes, I know why it got worse. Because it's using the fuel up from these tanks. But that's an easy thing to do. All I have to do is reduce the fuel flow priority of these, or actually probably the simplest thing is to take this decoupler. I can probably, yeah, disable the crossfeed. That made a difference. Still seems like I lost delta V rather than gained it. Thought this would be a great plan. What if I really reduce this? I don't think that really matters. Like I'm reducing the fuel flow priority a lot. No. Nope. I'll do that. But actually, maybe I'm noticing here I got 1689. I think this may be confused. I think this may be confused here. What happens if I take this off for now? 1261, 1496. Why are they so different? I hate it when Kerbal Engineer and the Stocking disagree. You move them away from it. I'm sorry. I'm not. Yeah. Again, I know there's. Are you asparagus staging these nerves? Yeah. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, I am. Kinda. The asparagus changing was left unaffected here. Yeah, that's the decoupler on the bottom. But it's kind of weird that here I have over like 2,800 more meters per second than Kerbal Engineer has. But what I'm hoping is I can just reduce the size of all of this. That's really just the main focus, is if I can keep bringing the size down. Then this thing will be not so incredibly arduous to get into orbit. Smaller size means less, you know, take off a lot of these tanks. Actually, undo that. Take that off. Take that off. How's that starting to look now? Again, decent thrust to weight ratios, but very different predictions for delta V. What happens if I put this big puppy on the bottom again? 1423, healthy thrust to weight. Put all the nerves on the bottom. No, I can't put all the nerves on the bottom, says Genosi, because I need these for this top stage to go. Like, this guy has to fly on its own. So I need nerves on the top. They can't all go on the bottom. I can totally redesign all this, but I'm not going to do that because that is just going to take entirely too much time. I got to work with what I got. I'm a little disappointed here that I'm not getting more. Let's see if I put a bigger... These are those Kerbal whatchamacallums. Let's get into diameter. Boom, boom, boom. I think these are still just the 3.5 oh no, they're not. They're the big ones. What am I thinking about? Just looking at... If I can get more of this on the chemical end. There's 15165. Still a decent thrust weight. See if I can get a bigger one down here. You know, just putting more on the bottom, less on the top. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. Okay, so we got to clean this up a lot. A lot. And there's probably useful suggestions coming through on the chat. I honestly, I've mentioned it before so many times, I really struggle with reading the chat and especially building at the same time. So I might just stick with this. We'll put it to the test. If there's something wrong in the staging, we'll find out pretty soon. I'm just going to put on some nose cones around just to kind of clean this up. We also got to put on all the solar and all the... That. Really necessary here, but do that. Sneak those in there. Needs a lot of strutting. Yeah, needs a lot of strutting. Yeah, NC Davis, I honestly am like, he's talking about these four and they need to rotate. I'm gonna find out one way or the other if this is all messed up at the bottom or not. I don't think it is, but if they are, they are. I'm just changing colors, but let me just check the staging one last time to make sure that that's not. But like I said, I do not want to spend the... If I spent 5 minutes going through the chat, I could do that, but that makes a pretty dull stream. We have... Which one's dropping first? We have this guy dropping first. Let's make sure that makes sense. Yep, that drops first, then that one. Oh, wait, whoa, we have... What are these two hiding here? Is that what happened? Oh, my engines aren't all on the bottom. That's interesting. People might have been spotting that themselves. But these were in the wrong. So are all these now right? Okay. 15389. We'll give it a test, and what happens happens. Okay. So, like I said, this still hasn't made orbit yet. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. In fact, maybe now might be a good... Oh no, struts. That's what I'm gonna do. Struts, and probably some auto strutting as well. So we will strut. Let's see. This is all two-way symmetry up here, so we'll strut this to, not to the motor, to that, that, to that. Can we color these a little different? Yeah, they can be white. Whoops. Get away, Kerbal engineer. to the motor. That. Oh, that's it. Okay. So we got some struts. Let's just auto strut up the tank. So we'll auto strut to, not to the root part. I don't like having everything strewed. So I'm just going to go to the grandparent part for all of these. You don't want to have everything strut to the a single part, because that creates problems on its own. And I find just going to the grandparent part every time seems to... Grandparent part. Grandparent part. Grandparent part. Okay, I don't know how all those went to the... Okay, and our reaction wheels it's most certainly going to need. My biggest set are the 1.25 meter reaction wheels. I think I'm going to set them right here. Oh no, they gotta be... No. Now. They gotta go up here. I don't even know what's in this. Oh, that's just a monopropellant can that I use that just to cheat the diameter. Okay. I do need... I do need, let's get a smaller, what is the shortest of all of these cans here? I guess it's, that's a structural, oh, maybe. No. Maybe another set of reaction wheels here. Remove the shroud. Oh, I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, I think there. I just want to get the shroud out of there. Shroud. Go away. There we go. And then I need a big old fairing here, because that's going to have to come around. Oh, there's no way this is going to close. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Not a chance, so forget that. And batteries. Gonna hide batteries in here somewhere. Batteries. That is a 2.5 maybe. This is the 4K one. Let's get you in here. All right, what we're gonna do, save this. We're gonna do a test of this. Yeah, better build this Kerbal for this res. I don't know. Part of me is really kind of regretting doing this. I could be building space stations right now. Instead, I'm building this idiotic vessel. Oh, whoa. That is a problem and why I might end up having to abandon this idea with the pistons. Always have issues with robotic parts. Always have issues with robotic parts. I don't know if people saw that, but there was definitely some wackiness going on up here. Yeah, see that? That's why I don't use the robotic parts a lot, because I don't know, there always just seems to be random glitchies happening. So let's aim a camera up here. I gotta find those pistons. Of course, I think I might be losing them anyway, but... Oh dear. Of course, I'm never gonna find them, am I? Go away, contract window. Where are those pistons? Why are they so hard to find? Oh, there's one. Again, I need to... But there's this... As cool as this looks, there's no way that's going to be solid. Absolutely none. The other one has to be in here somewhere. this is dumb. Piston, where are you? I know you're here somewhere. It's right in here somewhere. Hell with it. I'm going to be losing them anyway. Let's, yeah, this isn't going to work. I can already tell. Let's, engage. Again, all the engines are not... Oh, wait, there's the bottom stay. That's right. So, let's fire that up. Lock it on prograde. Oh, I got to disable a lot of this gimbling. This just makes things worse. This is the idea. Still very wonky. To say that's wonky is putting it. It's worse than it was yesterday. And again, these engines aren't going. This might be part of my issue. Why aren't those engines activating? Why are they always... Okay, I'm gonna just... Back to the VAB. Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. Well, thank you, Daphne. I'm glad my tutorials helped. They're not seeming to help me here. It keeps wanting to go back to this same staging, which is what's driving me crazy. In there. Keeps wanting to put engines up here. It does not like what I'm doing. Okay, let's, we have to lose those pistons. They're just not working for me. So we're just going to have to muscle up through the atmosphere anyway. But I got to find the pistons first. Oh my god. Yeah, they got to be in here somewhere. There we go. 1, 2. And we're going to lose the pistons and we're going to go just to good, boring, old I-beams. They're going to be perma out there. Again, we'll go with mirror symmetry. Do that. This will be better because I can just restrut all that too. No more fighting with pistons. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That one looks losable. Okay, strutting some more. Oh, some of these struts have come apart for some stupid reason. Most struts. Oh, wait, they're already done. Oh, wait, what did... Oh, my God. Having the worst time with this. Thanks. Ah, la, la, la. Like, some of this went on mirror symmetry and some of it went on stupid not mirror symmetry. Off mirror symmetry. Just do what I want you to do. Stop thinking what I want you to do and just do what I'm asking you to do. That's better. Okay. That's good. That's good. A little bit on this side, and then that's it. And the drag will be horrific, but I don't care. Okay. That means this then. this gives us a nice attachment point here. Okay, so that should be better there. Let's get all the way down here to the bottom. Turn the gimbaling limit on that down to like 20. And turn these gimbals right off. Because they're just messing things up. Probably some strutting again down here at the bottom is not a bad plan. Like so. Okay, and what we'll see if this is a little stiffer. Now, probably all these engines got messed up again. Yeah, they keep wanting to go up here. I don't know why, but you really like it up there. Okay, so these ones I don't know where. There's something weird going on. Okay. Save it, launch, let's try again. Good luck with your asteroid, Ice Beak Whale. Yeah. I am, by the way, I should have said this right at the very beginning, but I am making no guarantees as to success with this mission because I in no way have planned anything. This might happen, this might not happen. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Okay, so it feels already a little stiffer. I feel like these two and no, they're up here. Stinkers. Contract window go away. Well, at least it's definitely stiffer. I can see that much. So that's not a bad thing. Who needs rescue and why? Waffllebird needs rescue because that's what the contract says. There's nothing more to it than that. But I'm honestly getting to a point where I'm saying I'm just going to push this thing into space and be done and just see what happens. Let's use those to get a little bit of vector thrust happening. At least it's not all wobbly. And I know there'll be some drag associated with this. I think what I'll do is just overbuild the booster and kind of just push up and just get out of the thicker part of the atmosphere as quick as possible. So it won't be a super efficient ascent, but I think that's probably the best plan. Okay, let's see what happens here again. Main thing is, can you hold a vector? And it seems to be. Might want to put on more reaction wheels. Everything can be solved with more reaction wheels. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's cut this stage. And now fire off. And this should be all the nerves now. Nope, I need... What is this? This is in a bad order. What is that? Okay, the staging is clearly... There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now, is the next staging making any kind of sense? No, I don't think it is. Well, maybe it is. No, I think it is. So it's draining these tanks. And it should be just those tanks. Everybody else should be staying full. Yep, even the one up here at the top should be staying full. It is. Good boys. Oh, these ones aren't. Okay, so we'll adjust those. I'll have to adjust the fuel priority on those. Okay, so there's a staging issue there. Let's cut. Stage. Throttle up again. So that leaves those guys alone. Oh, we got fuel lines. Oh, there's lots of things wrong. Okay. Reverting. Lots of things wrong. Alright, so there's all kinds of fuel lines wrong and struts wrong and all kinds of stupidity going on here. Let's see. Because I noticed this needs to go... Should be two-way symmetry. This... Nope. Okay, so that makes some sense. Okay, again, these engines are in the wrong spot because the game just seems to want to put them in the wrong spot. Okay, so there's that. Then those stage. That makes sense. Then the next one stages. Yes. Then the next one stages. Yes. And now the last one stages. Yes. Putting this on vacuum. There's no way that delta V is right, so I don't know what is thinking there. I also want to really... Can I just turn off the fuel? I'm kind of surprised those are being... No. Okay, so we're just going to just crank down on these tanks on the side. Fuel flow priority, I want these... Why were they being drained? Like they flat... Oh, maybe I wasn't checking the right one. So if I get the fuel flow priority on these really low, they shouldn't drain anymore. I would have thought they wouldn't drain either. Now, oh, maybe the I-beams, you can't put fuel through them. That might be what's going on. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. No fuel crossfeed. I can't use those ones. Okay, fine. You insufferable twerpy thing. What about these guys? Will they work for me? Yeah, that's the problem. Can't use those I-beams. Gotta use these guys instead. Like so. Wow, those engines, did they actually go where I wanted them to go? Okay, maybe things are happening. Maybe that was the source of the issues all along. Just gonna tuck this in. I've got to use these rather than... Because there was no fuel flow through those I-beams. Go away. Okay, that should be better. That's why that was happening. Aerodynamics. And that. Okay, let's see here. Now I need some solar. I think I want more reaction wheels, so I'm going to also add some more reaction wheels right in here. That's a 4K battery. Bigger reaction wheels right in there. A little more reaction wheels. I'm going to need solar panels. Now here's a question, and I honestly don't know the answer. Do I have to worry about thermal? Do I have to add in some thermal control systems? And the only reason I'm thinking about this is because as you go towards the sun, I've never been this close to the sun before. I guess it doesn't hurt to put them on. Let's put them on. But as you get close to the sun, does the game model heating from the sun? I really don't know. Well, I'm gonna stick them on anyway because I don't see why not. Extend these out. Boom, boom, boom. What else did I did? Strutting, battery, solar, lights. Okay, yeah, I'll do lights. I'm honestly really close to the point of just pushing this and going because I just want to do it. And if it blows up, it blows up. It's kind of where I'm at. And if I don't make it, I don't make it. I honestly just don't care. I don't care. It's probably not the right attitude, but I don't care. Just putting on some lights to kind of light up these middle sections here a little bit. Maybe turn that off. Open this. Put some blinky lights in here. Like if I put that on. Oh yeah, it is on radio. Good. Or on, sorry, mirror. You know, you gotta get some blinky lights in here. Blink on. Blink on. Gray, gray. Gray, gray. I don't know, it's going to be what it's going to be. I don't want to spend too much time with it. Oh, you know what I can do though? Is get into action groups. Go to the, let's go to this, put that on action group 1, which is to toggle the doors. And then when the doors open, you can also toggle the lights. Oh, the other one's up here. And then if I go to the light action group, I just don't want those lights. So navigation lights off. Blink, blink. So those are going to be toggled to opening the door. Let's put on, again, action group 0. Toggle the radiators and toggle the solar panels. That's fine. Let's go. And on action group 5, I do have, I believe, yes, here. Toggle deploy this, that fairing. Now, will this fairing, can I build you up? Build you up. There we go. Way up on the ejection force, clamshell deploy, okay. All right, so what I need to do is, we need to get you into space. Need to get you into space, so I need a decoupler. We're gonna get these guys. We're gonna go only into, like, basically I'm gonna be strapping Saturn V's on the side of this is really kind of the plan. Nothing more elaborate than that. So if we grab that, slide these down so they match up sort of with the one below it. Like that. Now, what does that do for me? I want all those going on at the same time for sure. I want this here. I want some fuel lines. Like so, so that, yep. And I'm looking to get it up and around, oh my gosh, maybe 19.5 kilometers per second of delta V. Now, what's this thrust ratio? Thrust ratio here on the bottom. It's 0.39, which is definitely not going to be enough. Well, there's not much difference between... That's impressive. Okay, we're going to put more of those big parts on it. Okay, do another one. That's... maybe not as big as that. And is this, I guess that's the nose cone that goes on these. Bonk. Okay, I'm looking to just copy this. Bonk. Bonk. Okay, checking the staging. I want these to go first. Believe it or not, I need more thrust. This is not, and it's not even near the delta V. The other option, of course, is sending this up in stages, which honestly might not be entirely stupid. Like if I took out a lot of this fuel, that's a lot of fuel. That might be my solution. I think that's what I might just do. Let's see. What if I start taking out fuel here? So I'm just thinking of making this lighter. Oh god, there was still oxidizer in that. That was dumb. Of course there was. I didn't take any out. Okay. All I'm doing is bringing the weight of this payload down, and then we'll deal with things one at a time. There's no docking part on this yet either. That is 3170. At least the thrust to weight is becoming reasonable. Don't be like that. I just want to get something in space. Even if I have to dock with it and refuel it, then at least that's something. Of course, another option is to let Waffllebird suffer. I think I'm getting all of this fuel out. If you send it up empty, it's a lot lighter, but then of course we're gonna have to send up some fuel barges. And okay, what has that got me down to? So now if I add these two together, this is now... Oh wait, no, it's all three of these together. Sorry, this is the lifter. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is ill-advised. I don't care. I'm just going to launch this thing and see what happens. I think I've taken out... I think I've reduced the mass of the top too much now. But I'm honestly at the point where I don't care. We're just going to strut her up and see what happens. I think my brain's turning to mush. I can't even click on things properly anymore. Missed it. And some Separatrons. Alright, these guys have got to go with the first decoupler. So that one. There. That one. There. Nope. Nope. Yep. There. And then all of these ones go with the second decoupler. Of course. Ah! My mouse is misbehaving, which is not helping. I gotta get a new mouse. Oh dear, what's going on here? This is all messed up. Game is not liking me, folks. It really is not. Okay, I gotta save this and hopefully coming back into the VAB will fix this. This is a Saturn V nonsense is what I'm building. I honestly don't have a plan right now. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just am so tired of being in the VAB. I want to just push something in the air. Maybe I should just send a nerve over to Waffllebird and attach to him and fire him into the sun and be done with this. That is the other option that I'm honestly considering. Okay, this is... okay. So those. That's right. Okay. Leaving and coming back has helped. There. And there. Okay. Alright, I think I finally have exceeded the part limit. I have to go to a tier 3 VAB, so I'll leave the VAB at some point and redo this. Bunch of launch clamps. All right, save. I gotta leave. I gotta upgrade to VAB. The Saturn V squared. Okay, that is that. Certainly, this might be costing more money than I have too. I only have 1.2 million Kerbal yet left. Yeah, it's not like I have 841,530 curb bucks. You are not worth it, Waffllebird. Not even close. All right, what is the launch TWR here? It is not very much. There's 1.85 and 1.07. How does it go? Loses. Do I have these in the wrong order? Yes, I do. I think. I had those in the wrong order. Okay. That makes more sense. I'm gonna just reduce. Which one to reduce? Let's reduce this middle one here to a smaller, huge can. Just want to increase the thrust to weight ratio a little bit. That's a little better. All right. Honestly, I'm going to punch this and see what happens. Launch. Launch, see what happens. My hopes are not high, I will be honest. And I'm already very, very, very sick of this. I'm sure you are too. I'm just so sick of being in the vehicle assembly building, farting around with this stupid thing that I'm just gonna, you know, I'm at the point where I'm going, you know what, Waffllebird, meet my delete contract button. Just eat the penalty. Okay, so basically, I think the odds of this actually doing anything approaching a flight is pretty low. So, my goal is simply up. All I got. Nothing fancy. So, let's see here. We're gonna fire all this up. Oh, my frame rate's struggling a little bit, which is not surprising. Alright, it's going up and it's not completely coming apart. And again, I want to go up and not... This is the biggest thing I have easily ever launched. Would have been way more sensible to do this in pieces. But we're not being sensible at all. Again, just up. Up is the goal. Up is the only goal. There's a good chance as well the staging might not be sensible. And we'll see what happens with that. I think I'm going to be losing at some point 2 of these boosters on the side. Should be these 2. The bigger 2, I think. I hope. Again, I'm still just... Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, I'm losing it. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. I should still have control of all this. Come on. There's what I was looking to do. Oh, yeah. There we are. Oh, this thing is stupid. Alright, so that was an aerodynamics failure. So let's revert back. Parachute test, that's all that was. So as soon as I drifted at all away from the center of mass of this, I can't even scroll out far enough. Why is the center of lift button way down there? That's clearly wrong. I should put on some big lifting surfaces is really what this is. Because as soon as I stray anywhere from the... I feel like just the scale should be a big delta wing. Oh my gosh, what a stupid thing. Like, honestly, that feels closer to scale than doing anything else. And then put, like, which lifting surface here? Why not? Do I still have a reasonable thrust to weight here? I do. Alright. Try again. Big fins. I honestly think, like, I'm not ready. I think the whole idea was ill-advised from the beginning. I think doing this big thing, I think, would have been way smarter. Basically, a heat shield and a claw. Like, really be minimal with the payload. And call it. And, but I'm kind of like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might not completely give up on you, Waffllebird, but I might put you on hold for a little bit. Okay, let's see. So, boom, and boom. I'm not sure if those fins down there are enough. They don't look very big. Again, all I'm going to do is just up. A little bit of wobbliness happening right now. A little bit of... The wobbliness is getting worse. It wants to flip again. Yeah, this is stupid. There it goes. Yeah, straight up to orbit, then sideways was sort of the plan, but it started to wobble. I think I need some struts up at the top. Like up this way. Right here. I think this is where it's sort of coming apart on me, so I'm going to get... Sometimes really just a handful of struts can do an amazing thing. So like that. Oh no, that's not a good idea because those engines will be going before those tanks are gone. Maybe if I come in like this. Sure, why not? That looks funny. Still looks funny. Mo struts. I'll check my auto strutting too and make sure that that is something that, and then right between here too. But it seemed like that's this is where the bending was occurring up here. Oh, auto strut's disabled. I thought I auto strutted you. Okay. Let's auto strut all these guys to the heaviest part. I thought I'd done that, but obviously I did not. Yeah, obviously I did not. Okay. Let's have a... You know, one thing before this thing fails again. One thing I did add in as a mod is this simple repaint. I've not really played with it yet. So you can just, basically, it's very, as it says here, very simple. Just, you know, adds your ability to change colors. On pretty much anything. It's kind of neat. Can you do the end? No, there's nothing, no repaints on the engine. What's the different? No, there isn't one. Okay. Do this one too. And how about this? Oh, they can change too. Look at that. How about, oh, the RCS, oh my gosh. They really do mean you can change everything. That's pretty neat. All right, enough of that. Time to watch this thing blow up again. So, orange, 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 save. Launch. Can build a giant pink rocket, yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd auto-strutted those top pieces, but obviously I didn't, or maybe I reverted back to before. All right. Boom, boom, boom. I do love how it just struggles off the pad. Yeah. Not used to really running into frame rate issues with launches. But here we are. Okay, I'm noticing the pitch and yaw and roll indicators are not wonking back and forth, so those struts most certainly helped. Most certainly did. Okay, again, straight up. Not quite straight up 90 degrees and come back, but, you know, not probably that far off from it. Okay. Well, the straight upness is working. I don't want to think about what's happening at the top here as far as drag goes. I'm sure it's quite terrible. Okay, we're about to lose these guys, I hope. Haven't gotten to this part yet. Oh, those Separatrons are trying. They're trying. Okay, I'm actually going to try and pitch just a little bit. A little bit towards the east. Locked prograde. Oh, it really wants to fall over. It really, really wants to. This is pretty much going straight up, isn't it? I'm pitching over just a little bit, but it really doesn't like it. Come on, over. Let's go over, 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 over. I'm going to be running, or lower that throttle. Because my Apple-Wapsis is just about out of space here. I'm going to go for a 100-kilometer orbit. Okay, keep pitching over. I'm actually hard over on the yaw right now. Just doesn't want to do it. Fairings, there we go. Hard over, hard over. Ooh, oh, you know what I didn't put on here was a docking port so I could dock and fuel this thing up. Oh well, one thing at a time. More throttle. More throttle. Oh, why are you going to the side like that? It really wants to go towards the south. Back. Okay, we're in space, but nowhere near an orbit. I'm really trying to pull it sideways. More thrust, a lot more thrust. Might need to pitch up a bit. Because we are slowly approaching apoapsis. Almost sideways. About 50 seconds from Apo. But it's really a beast. It's really a beast. Okay, about to lose those other radial boosters there. Very much concentrating on my steering and watching my apoapsis. I'm pitched down a little bit on purpose because I don't want my apoapsis to climb too much higher than where it is. But we are very, very close. I might have to pitch up now a little bit. There we go. Just cutting throttle a bit because the apoapsis is getting away on me. Periapsis is at negative 25 kilometers, so very close to an orbit. I'm just going to let this settle onto prograde, but hey, I'm okay. Now what I need to put on here, probably send up a team of engineers and some fuel cans and put on a docking port. This thing is going to get... This is going to be a process to get this to the point where it's actually going to do what I need it to do. Okay, okay, more throttle. And just about orbit time. There we go, 99 by 99. That is a crazy thing. What my inclination come out being? Because I was really 0.3 degrees inclination. I cannot complain about that. For whatever reason, my solar panels didn't deploy, so let's extend those solar panels. Extend those solar panels. Now the issue with this whole thing is, how much fuel is left in that? Is I need to fuel this thing up. That's how I was able to accomplish this. Is by completely bailing. Okay, those guys are full. How much fuel does this need to be full? So I've got those full. I'm sure the ones opposite to it are full. I just must have missed those while I was filling it up. So I'm going to have to still build a fuel tanker to come up here and put in a whole lot of liquid fuel to fuel this whole thing up. And I need to have a docking port on it. But honestly, that could have been a lot worse. Suggest you deploy one solar panel and hold the rest in reserve. That's probably not a bad idea. I don't need the radiators at all. Maybe I should undo those. Oh, wait, are these the kind that you can't... Oh, they're the kind that you cannot retract. So that was a ill-advised thing. Okay, you know, I'm sort of... Okay, I'm not entirely unhappy. So what we're going to do, go back to the Space Center and figure out how much fuel I need. What time is it? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I have an idea. All right, so what I'm going to do is attach a docking port. I completely forgot. So we're going to send up some engineers. I'm just looking at the time and thinking, what's something that I can do between the streams here? And this kind of came into my head. Or not between the streams, I'm sorry, before this stream is done. And then maybe I'll put some thought into an actual barge. If I got here, why does it say unknown? Rapier 2 is missing part module, crew, oh my gosh. I hope this is okay. Save it. Okay, it'll launch. I don't know what's going on with that. I did have some issues with mods. I was fooling around with Waterfall, so maybe that's what that was all about. Didn't install the indicator part. Oh, indicator lights. Wait, no. Oh, you're right. I took out indicator lights. That's exactly what I did. Okay. Revert back. It seems to launch okay. Revert flight back to the spaceplane hangar. That is exactly right. It was the indicator lights. I had a mod called Indicator Lights, which put little lights on all the science equipment that would flash if there was science for you to collect, and then I took it out because there's no more need for me to collect science. But what I think I shall do is, this is my SSTO, and I remember Veos did a great video where he took this SSTO and he made it like way better. And I'm trying to remember what he did. I know one of them was to actually put these on the back of these. He took this off, he took this off, and he replaced it with... And now I forgot, and I went, oh, you have some really good ideas, Veos. This was like a few weeks ago. And then I know he involved also putting that on. He made the wings smaller. I'm just gonna botch this. No. So I'm gonna apologize to Veos right now because I have totally forgotten all the great ideas that he did have. Yeah, I don't care. I think you're going to work anyway. All the great ideas that he did have for... I think, as I do recall, though, it did have too much oxidizer. So I'm going to take out half the oxidizer from these cans. That might be all I'm going to do. He had a great video on improvements to this plane, and I've completely forgot. Okay, but what we are going to do is good. We have Jeb and Bill. We're going to look in the cargo. Just have those stuff. We're going to bring up a Clampetron regular docking port. Are you really not going to fit in there for me? You are a stinky. You are a stinky. What if I use the cargo containers? How much volume does that docking port take up? A regular Clampetron docking port packing volume is 800 liters of packing volume I need. That's 180 liters. That is 600 liters. That's a lot of packing volume. That's like one of these. I'm not going to put one of those on there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stick this on the back and hope that it's not going to be too horrific in terms of drag. And if it is, it is. Okay, let's do it. We're going to go up, we're going to install this docking port, and that's what we're going to do to install end the stream. And then between the two streams, I will think about building myself a fuel barge. Maybe I'll even fuel it up. So you don't have to be torturing yourself with watching me with fuel barge, you know, building a fuel barge. I also got to figure out how much fuel I got to bring up, and I just didn't want to spend my time on a calculator during a live stream, so I'll do that between the two streams too. Please add some solar panels so you don't run out of electricity. There. Oh, on this guy. Oh, that's one of the things Veos did. I'll also think about what Veos did. He had a neat way to attach solar panels to the plane. But you know what? We're just going to do this. We're just going to do this. Okay, so we are aiming for you, right? Waffllebird Rescue 1. Set as target. Okay. Let's just go. Let's just go. Brakes off. Beautifree. Throttle up. Fire up engines. We're off. We're off, we're off, we're off, we're off. Take this up, put on the docking port, and then in the interim between now and next week, I'll think about a fuel barge, think about actually rescuing that Waffllebird tank. Because it's hard for me once I've accepted a contract, especially now that I've invested a little bit into trying to get this stupid thing to work. Oh my gosh, this is really not. This thing, oh, you know what? The docking port, of course, is probably completely messing this thing up. That's why this thing's difficult to fly. It's got a big chunk of drag up here at the top. Big chunk of drag. Well, one thing I did do with this thing between the last time you saw it, as you might recall, it had electricity challenges. Oh my gosh, that docking port is making this challenging. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I did put on 2 Z1K batteries back here. So this thing shouldn't have electricity issues anymore. But right now it's having flight control issues. Little doubt that it's because of this. This might not have been the best way to bring up the docking. Yeah, big red drag line coming off of that. Really wants to pitch up, and every time I try and roll a little bit, it wants to. It's hard to control. We'll get it. Here, let's pick up some speed. That's what I need, is speed. Speed, baby! But it's okay, because Jebediah can fly anything. No, he had a really nice connector. I'll look at the video. He made the whole thing smaller, too, still bringing up the same payload. Which, of course, is difficult. He's so much better at these things. I'm not, you know... slap it together and push it into orbit type of guy, as my previous vessel kind of demonstrates. Okay, let's level off a little bit, getting close to 20 kilometers. Oh boy, it wants to roll, don't roll, just get speed. Can get you up to 14 kilometers per second. Or am I just going to go to rocket mode and call it a day? I'm going to go to rocket mode. I want to get 14 kilometers, come on. 1.4 kilometers per second is what I'm trying to say. Okay, there we go. Now we'll do it. That was just, I wanted to beat it. Pitch up here a little bit. apoapsis up in the air. Up in the air like you just don't care. You can start reducing throttle here. Apoapsis is about a minute away. Now that the air's thinner, this thing's behaving a lot better. But, the drag on this guy is no longer a concern. Hopefully, it has not messed up our ability to get into orbit. Inclination like 0.3 degrees, that's not bad. I see we got over 1,150 meters per second at delta V left, and we're at 2 kilometers per second, a lot of velocity, so I think we're okay. Let's lock this to prograde. Why did I put another docking port? Because this guy's whole mission is to attach a docking port to that monstrosity that I just put into orbit, because I had forgotten to put a docking port on it, so that we can bring up a fuel barge next week and fuel that thing off and send it off to rescue our rescuee in solar orbit. And I thought, rather than spending a ton more time in the VAB, because I've already spent enough time in the VAB, why not build something that I know works? That's it. This wouldn't fit into the cargo container, so it's stuck to the side. That's the whole story. Inclination still 0.3 degrees. That's okay. We did good. You did good, Jeb. I know the engineers kind of messed you up there a little bit by sticking this big thing on the side, but you did a good job. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that. Born was saying, don't you have a grabber on that thing? And I was thinking about that as I was saying, dealing with this. Yes, I have a grabber on that thing. I could have used the grabber, but I'm a dummy. Oh well. Okay, we're at 80 kilometers on our apoapsis. Let's time warp up there. Might be losing a little bit of altitude on the apoapsis because we're still a little bit in the atmosphere here, but that's okay. We can do another little burn. It's not a big deal. Biggest deal is I'm at 4 times time warp and I'm not exactly gaining altitude very quickly. Yeah, we're down now under 79 kilometers for apoapsis, but I don't care. That's okay. That'll work just as fine. Periapsis is over 47 kilometers, so like we're almost in an orbit. So this will take nothing to circularize once I'm out of the atmosphere, and I still have 776 meters per second left in this vehicle. So yeah, this thing is Doing pretty good for us. Okay, almost out of the atmosphere. There we go. That. Okay. Lots of electric charge this time. Deploy our solar panel. Yeah, out of the atmosphere is out of the atmosphere. There is no low orbit drag in this game. No orbital decay. Okay. A little bit of throttle here. And that's an orbit. Okay, so just roll this a bit for the solar panels once the sun comes up. And consider ourselves to do a rendezvous. I can see I'm quite a ways behind. I knew I would be, but I was not in the mood to... I maybe should have, but I didn't. I wasn't in the mood to time warp around till... but I probably should have. Okay, I'm going to have to pop ahead orbits here. Here we go. Nope, that one passed. We're just gonna have to tweak this down. Okay. Oh, 500 meters, I saw that. .100-meter separation. Okay. 100-meter separation. Unfortunately, that burn is 2 hours away because I didn't launch at the right time. I just said screw it and launch. So we'll have to do a little bit of time warping. There we go. I should also, because this is only a... Let's put these at 25. I noticed a 0.8 second burn. 3-second burn. Okay, lock that onto the maneuver node. Put this on rendezvous. I think I got a better balance though between the liquid fuel and the oxidizer now. Okay, won't go to full throttle. Start around now. And again, really looking at the intersect distance business over here more than the maneuver node. 200 meters. See if we can dial this in or dial it back with some RCS. Oh, I saw 117 meters. There we go. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. And we're going to be there in 16 minutes. We're pretty much pointed at it. Are you going to spin around? Oh, I'm still time warping. Stop it. There we go. Shoot. Got to do some slowing down pretty quick. Hurry, hurry, Jebediah. I didn't realize I was still time warping there. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. No worries. No worries. As long as I can push this time to apoapsis up, or time to intercept up, I'm okay. All right. Hello there, Ahmed. How are you doing? Did you miss much? Well, you missed me fumbling to get this idiotic craft into orbit. I managed to eventually do it only because I took out almost all of the fuel out of this top stage. So what I'm going to have to do next episode is build some sort of fuel barge to refuel this thing so it can complete its mission to perform a rescue of a very, very foolish Kerbal. So I did not put a docking port on it, so that is why Jebediah and Bill are on their way here to install a docking port. And I'm thinking I'm going to put it right there. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. It's a good thing we got Jebediah, our expert pilot here, bringing this in. Switch over to RCS. Not a lot of RCS. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Oh, I still gotta fix that. Usually I have it so that probably close enough. Yeah, usually I have it so that the attitude controls are not on RCS because I don't like that. Gonna do this with eyeballs. Don't clip that other solar panel, Jeb. What do you think? A little bit more. Okay, get out there, Bill. Get some work done. So Bill's gonna go out here. And these Kerbals have crazy long arms, so I'm hoping I can just do that. And do exactly this. Nicely done, Bill. Get back aboard. Now, can I actually dock? Retract that solar panel. Open up docking bay. Control from here. Set that as a target. Probably, let's turn off RCS. Probably roll this whole thing this way. I'm not sure if it will fit. We're gonna find out though. So we got to slide over sideways just a little bit. Oh, that helps. Looking for, I'm just trying to maneuver so that this is right in the center of the Navball, the target icon. There we go. Once you can see the prograde icon, it's easier because then you can just put the prograde icon over there. There we go. Now, is this going to make... It might not fit. It might clip these guys here. But we'll see how she does. Might just fit. Might just fit. Oh, there we go. We're there. Is it oh, RCS is still on. There we go. Turn that all off. So, oh, that was a tight squeeze. Look at that. It just, I think, scratched the paint there just a little bit. Probably should have just yawed a little bit over this way, but we're on there. That's okay. And that was done for absolutely no reason, just to give them somewhere to be. So let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat and I'm thinking I'm gonna close this one off. So starting next week, what the plan is going to be. I mean, this thing is in orbit. That is definitely a good first sign. We're going to, first of all, Jeb and Bill have completed what they needed to do, so we'll do that. And we'll build some sort of a fuel barge and start filling up all of these liquid fuel tanks and then send this thing on its way. But that's going to have to all be for next week. So in the meantime, I hope everybody has themselves a fantastic week. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody watching this at a later date. And, of course, a very, very special thank you to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who really do make this channel possible. Have yourself a great week, and we'll see you all soon. Bye, everybody.